I promised to share the entire journey of my Ramdath project, and here is another update on how far we've come, what we've been able to do, what the walls look like. Behind me, all the walls that we've been able to finish, we've covered with a black DPC top. This prevents cracking in times of sun like this, but also if it rains, the rain won't affect the walls before they dry. So these are half walls, and on top we are going to be, it's going to be an open area. So these are half walls. Let's take off the top and see what it looks like. The half walls stairs here, which brings us to our next wall. I shared a video when I was chopping portions of this wall off because it had the molds had bulged a bit, and I'm hoping the chopping off did not affect the structural integrity of the wall. Given the fact that I had chopped off part of the wall, I hope you can hear this. So, in my opinion, I think it is a study. It's funny how these walls are a bit interesting. Ramming them initially doesn't show any signs of durability. But after a few days, you can barely shake the wall. Maybe some structural engineers and material engineers can explain that, which is not the case for the brick walls, because I've tried building brick walls before, but after a few days still there's a difference between this and the brick walls. Next is our other half wall. Let's take a closer look. The white you see on top, that is lime that we sprinkled as we were ramming. We didn't want the rammers to stick to the soil to stick to the rammers. So this is one example where we didn't cover up immediately as we finished ramming, so the sun cracked. We have some few cracks here, but the advantage is, you see that layer, they'll only go through the soil, but they will not exceed this layer that we mix some sand and some stone. So as you see them pop, then just go up like here. Behind me, I'm not going to be removing the top from the top, but I have a few things to say about this wall. It was our second wall, second to the studio wall that we made. It's our biggest wall, it's our thickest wall. It doesn't look great, but it feels great. It was our test wall for things that we had failed to do on our first wall. So it has so many changes we did to it. It is strong, it is thick, and I'm proud of it, I should say. I should mention that. In this wall, we went all out with the experimentation. The lines are more visible, as you can see. They are clearer. You can see our first trial really doesn't have any textures or any colors to it. It was just as plain as vanilla. Then we came in with our different kind of flavors. You can see the white lines, the browns, the dark ones, which we also exported to the final part of the wall, which really, in my opinion, still turned out better. So it is the wall that we have experimented more than any other walls that we have. And as it dries from the browns, it turns to this. So this part is going to be looking like that part. In this wall, mini wall I should call it, I tried to experiment with my pottery into the wall. So these are small pots that were left over from the works we had fired a few months ago. And I'm like, why shouldn't I try putting them in a wall? I've seen examples where I think in Egypt or some country where they put pigeons in clay pot houses. So they build the entire structure with pots. So that's why I got the idea, and I tried it. And I think we might be doing this much more. But also there's a good example in an Indian video I watched on YouTube where they have used pottery to make coolers where water drips on the pots. It circulates, but as the air goes through the pots, the surrounding. So that's why I kind of got the idea. But basically, those are the walls that we have. So looking at the entire project, I've had people in the comment section ask me when the house will be done. So the fact is, we are not in a rush to finish the house. We are doing what we can, how we can, in our means. So, like I said, we're not in a rush, but I think we are progressing based on our timetable. So, I don't know when it will be done, but the process is progressive, I should say. The hardest thing about round earth so far is starting. You won't figure out things before you start it. So just like most things, if you don't start it, you won't learn past what you already researched, what you already gathered. So the moment you start trying it out, that's when whatever you've read becomes applicable. This way of building is really very sustainable. It's labor intensive, yes, but it's really, really very cost efficient, and it's possible for anyone to build. There are a few things that you need, but overall, it's cheaper compared to a conventional way of building houses, in my opinion. So I think I'll be using more of rammed earth around my property and the homestead than the conventional way of building of brick and mortar. That was the quick tour around to show you how far we've come and what to expect. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you another one. Bye.